Do, 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 do. Okay. Yeah, this is one of those situations where I turned this on because it's Sunday and I do a live on Sunday and it's the time to do the live and I just finished dinner, but I have no idea what I'm talking about today. All I'm thinking is, man, oh, dinner's there. It's ready to go. Yeah, I'm gonna munch that when I'm done. Um, let's see, what do I talk about today? Well, I'm feeling much better than last week. Last week I said I was feeling a little bit not great, but yeah, everything's fine now. Feel totally fine now. I did lose like 5 pounds. There was a stomach virus for a few days, and then I don't know. Last week I just wasn't feeling that good for a day or two, and so eating was disrupted. But yeah, everything's fine now. I lost a bit of weight because I didn't eat that much, but other than that, everything's cool. And yesterday, uh, wait, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday I went to this swap meet. It was at a marina near town, and I threw all the kids in the boat and drove up there because I had to test my new speed controller, and I was like, "Hey, man, let's get everyone in the boat and drive like 3 hours away from home." So anyway, I went to this swap meet, and it's just like a few tables at this outdoor restaurant where people have it's a bit like a garage sale, just a bunch of people show up for kind of a garage sale. And a lot of people were just giving away stuff because, a lot of people at the marina live on boats and they're like, we have limited space, just take stuff, go away, get this stuff out of here. Hey, Wizard of the North, notifications are working, great. Anyway, so I went to the swap meet yesterday and I picked up a bunch of little free stuff and I bought a couple things. Like my son found a tape measure and he's like, it's only $2, so I got that for him. But then my kids were looking at this one lady's table and they found stickers, and the lady's like, you know what? Take them all, kids. And I was like, all right, go take them all. So we have like thousands of stickers now. And this morning, my son just starts peeling stickers off and sticking them all over his cabinet over here. He's got a cabinet where he keeps stuff. And I come over and I'm like, hey, maybe you should slow down for a minute because it kind of looks like crap. You're just like sticking all your stickers, you're using them all up, you're not even doing anything good with them. It kind of looks like someone threw up a bunch of stickers on your thing. And it's just, you're kind of wasting them. And then he ran away crying. No, he didn't do that because I don't have a kid like that. I always talk to my kids honest truth. I always tell them the truth. So he stops sticking these stickers on, and he looks at me, and he looks at the stickers, and he looks at his cabinet, and he's like, yeah, it does look like crap. You're right. What do you think I should do? And I was like, well, maybe you could put your stickers somewhere in your cabinet or something, like store them, and then at some point in the future, you might have an idea of something you can use these stickers for, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. But while I was telling him that looks like crap, I could just hear in the back of my head, the Karens of the world being like, don't talk to your children that way because they'll feel bad, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I seem erratic. Hone and herb. I seem erratic. Okay, whatever. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but yeah, I could just hear like the Karens of the world don't talk to your children that way. You'll make them feel bad. But the thing is, if you're always honest with your kids, they get used to it, and they don't get like insulted at every tiny little thing, which is ridiculous. I'm scared of this situation involving the stickers. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, man. Are you an insane person? You might be an insane person. But yeah, if you're always honest with your kids and you always give them like real feedback, they don't think anything of it if they get critical feedback, because it's just a normal thing. And this is one of those things where, a lot of parents I know are very cautious about saying anything negative to their kids because they don't want to be, all right, Hey, Mr. Landfill, you know this whole Hone Enerb guy? Can you just block him? I don't know what the hell this guy is going on about. Yeah, just go away. I don't know. That guy sounds like trouble. Anyway, um, yeah, block that guy. He sounds like an idiot. Thank you very much, Mr. Landfill. You're the best moderator ever. Anyway, if you're always just straight with your kids and always tell them the truth, whether you have something positive or negative to say to them, they just get used to feedback, and then they don't turn into these like these people who are always on the edge of their seat, just ready to be offended. Because we have way too much of that today. We have way too much of people just ready to be offended at the tiniest bit of criticism that might be even slightly negative, or even just not glowingly positive. And I've had this discussion with a lot of parents in the past, who like I know parents who never say anything negative to their kid because they don't want to make them feel bad. And I'm always like, no, say whatever the truth is. Just spit it out. They'll take it, and whatever you do, they'll get used to it. And when they go out into the world, everyone's not going to be blowing roses up their butt all the time, right? So you might as well get them used to having criticism and just make it a normal thing. Anyway, what else do I have to talk about? So I was visiting someone the other day. This is just a silly story, but I was visiting someone the other day, and this person was trying to lose weight, has been trying to lose weight. And I happened to see inside the refrigerator, it was like lettuce, carrots, and cucumbers, and that was it. And I was like, man, what is there to eat? That's just rabbit food. There's no food, man. You're gonna feel like hungry all the time. Like, how are you even surviving with just like lettuce, carrots, and cucumber? And then I saw in the freezer, and it was like cheesecake ice cream, Haagen-Dazs. So to try to lose weight, this person is like eating lettuce, carrots, and cucumber, starving themselves to death until they get so hungry they go gorge themselves on cheesecake ice cream. And I didn't say anything because I felt that I did not have the relationship with this person where I could say something. I feel like that was someone else's job, but it was kind of crazy. Anyway. You're here to troll. Good. Yeah, that dude was totally here to troll. Good thing we got rid of him. Yeah, I guess I thought of a couple of things I could talk about today, but I don't really have anything super inspirational or anything. Well, there is one other thing that's been kind of, on my mind lately, and it's along the lines of like what ends our civilization. What are the big problems in our civilization? Like, what's going to end the whole thing, or what are the major problems? And I keep coming back to the same conclusion that like possibly the biggest problem we have today is just a lack of human relationships. And I keep being told not to talk about this stuff. I don't want to talk about this stuff, but it's like super important because we're all here because people in the past had human relationships and had babies. And if people are not having human relationships, the population just disappears. Like that's the end of the civilization, right? And so human relationships are super duper important. And not even just to have babies, but also to raise those babies. And today we've got this whole MGTOW thing where guys are just getting tired of women being bossy and greedy and demanding. So they're like, just forget the whole thing, and just giving up on relationships in general. And then a lot of women are just like, there's no good men left. There's no, and it's just, and it's so many people are opting to just not have relationships and not have families that like we're going to start having some serious population decline. like pretty soon. In Japan, this is already a big deal, where there are already words for a type of person who just stays in their apartment and never goes out. Like it's a pretty normal thing there, and the population is disappearing because people are not having babies. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, and no one wants to talk about it, but it's a huge important thing. Anyway, I don't want to go on and on about that. Let me turn my brightness up a bit. I'm also super hot because I was out digging in the sun earlier. Sometimes when you get overheated, you just don't cool down like all day. So I'm just still super hot. Anyway, good afternoon, Wizard of the North and Mr. Landfill. Wizard of the North says, started streaming less than a minute ago. Looks like notifications are finally working. Excellent, excellent. I think it's a good idea to talk to children more or less like you talk to adults. Yes, totally, Wizard of the North. Yeah, I talk to my kids pretty much like I talk to anyone, for a lot of reasons. Like they end up getting the right feedback, because like when you're a parent, one of your main jobs is just to give your kids feedback on things they're doing, so they can learn what they should be doing, what they shouldn't be doing. You kind of got to give them little bits of feedback constantly all the time. And the other thing it does, it just is that it prepares them for the future when there are going to be people who are going to say stuff about what they're doing. So if a child is used to always being coddled, then they go out into the world and everyone's not coddling them. That's how you get these weird people who like can't have a job or can't work with anyone and can't deal with the world because they're like, it's horrible and uncomfortable because not everyone's doing what I want all the time. And just like, what kind of person is that? Yeah, you gotta talk to your kids like they're real people. Treat them like they're real people, and they'll become real people. Daniel, what's up? I'm the same way with my kids. Yeah, totally, man. It's a great idea. Wait, what is your name? Scoter. You're here to troll. Good riddance. Yeah, good thing we got rid of that guy. Kuros Carrying. I love you, sir. Well, thank you very much, man. Romper Room let out early today, Mr. Landfill. Yeah. Usually there isn't like a horrible troll right off the bat. Probably because you do an amazing job of getting rid of those guys. Scoter says, speak to your kids as humans. It builds them the correct foundation to experience the world in a realistic manner. Totally. Yeah, exactly. Just treat your kids like people. And the funny thing is, like, it's easy. It's like parenting is so much easier if you just talk to your kids like they're people. Because if you try to do all this like social engineering to your kids, it's confusing and complicated, and then you have to figure out how to handle each situation, and then some situation comes up you haven't planned for, and it's like, well, how do I behave with this? How do I deal with this? No, just forget all of that crap. Just talk to them like they're people. And like, even if they're not acting like people, like a 4-year-old will just like break down in tears and like throw themselves on the floor and have a fit, right? And you just go over and be like, hey, what's wrong? What's going on? You're losing your crap here? Yeah, you're kind of acting like crazy. Why don't you get up and we can talk about it and figure out what's wrong, instead of just trying to like figure out some way of manipulating or whatever. No, just be straight with them, man. Rusty Shackelford says, like you were just offended by that guy and had him blocked. I wasn't offended by Rusty Shackelford. Are you being a dick? Are you being a dick right now? I was just offended by that guy and had him blocked. No, I don't have to be offended. Dude, I'm really disappointed. This is the comment you've made? Rusty Shackelford, you're on here all the time. You don't normally troll. What's going on here? I don't know. What is happening? Anyway, if I have someone blocked, it's not because they're offending me. In fact, if someone's offending me, there's a greater chance I'll want to talk to them and figure out what is going on. But if someone shows up and is just trolling, then yeah, they're just wrecking it for everyone, and I want to get rid of that person. So what is going on, Rusty Shackelford? some kind of bee in your bonnet, something crawl up your butt. What's going on, man? Rusty, go back to Arlen. Go back to Arlen, Scoter says. Relax, Shirley. Where are you at? Do you need any propane accessories? I do not need any propane accessories. Scoter says, anonymity online, huge problem, just saying. That is totally true. It is a huge problem, anonymity online. That's why in all my stuff, I always put my name. I always have my real name. Like my Reddit thing has my real name on there. I do not want to be anonymous. I hate that because exactly. You know what I'm talking about. Anonymity online. People can act like complete idiots and just doesn't matter because no one knows who they are, except it totally matters because when you get a whole bunch of people acting like idiots, it just ruins everything, you know? Wizard of the North says, we need to get off the internet. You know, I would love to get off the internet. I sometimes think about at some point in the future, I just want to disconnect the internet and just be off the internet. However, I feel like I still have some work to do online. So I'm, sticking it out for a while. You mean it can't happen virtually? Say what? Oh, crap. I need some context. I think I'm missing some context in that comment. All right, that one got deleted. Okay, Scoter says, am I reading your name right, Scoter? Prepare them for when you're not alive. Carry on good learnings and morals. The real world sucks. Get them prepared. Yeah, that's one of the main jobs of a parent is to prepare them for when you're not there anymore. Totally. Do we all agree that spanking sometimes, despite causing trauma, makes kids understand better how life works? I am not into the spanking thing. I've never been into the spanking thing. Because I feel like it just teaches violence. Like it teaches okay, this is the problem. I feel like spanking comes across as a vengeful act. Like if I have to do something more extreme to like get the attention of my kids, like to snap them out of something or whatever, I want to do something that's not going to seem like it was. I want to do something that seems more like a natural consequence. And less like a punishment, you know, like I try to generally avoid punishments. I don't want to punish my kids. I do want them to face the consequences of whatever they do. So occasionally, and this, I don't remember the last time this happened, but occasionally a kid will do something. Let me think, man, I've been having really good, my kids have been behaving really well for a while. Okay, so a while ago, my son was getting violent. I don't remember who he was hitting, but he was hitting someone. And at first it was like, hey, you can't do that. You know, you got to stop doing that. And then the second time it happened, it was like, whoa. Okay, you got to come over here. I got to talk to you. We can't do that. And then like when he didn't stop, I ended up picking him up and saying, you can't act like that inside. You can go outside and act like a wild animal. And I took him and plopped him outside. Like not in a fun way. It's like, you go outside, you can act like a wild animal out there. But that's like a natural consequence where it's like, if you want to be inside and around people, you can't be attacking them, you know? So if you want to act like a maniac, go outside and act like a wild animal outside. But yeah, I don't like the hitting. I don't like hitting kids. I feel like it's like if he's hitting someone and I go up and hit him, I don't feel like I'm teaching him to not hit people, you know? I feel like just the hitting just teaches the wrong thing. But I mean, if that's working for you, you do your thing, man. But yeah, I don't get the hitting. I don't like it. Ken says, making progress on my 100-year-old washing machine. Had to get a new belt for it as it was rock hard, and new pulley too. New pulley too? What was a pulley made out of? It must have been plastic or no. 100 years ago, they wouldn't have been plastic. I wonder what the pulley was. It too rusty or something? Yeah, totally new belt. That makes sense. Wizard of the North also does not agree with hitting kids. I don't agree with that, NJ. A stern talk is all that is necessary. Sometimes you do need more than a stern talk. I will accept that, but I just wouldn't choose hitting. I think that the most extreme thing I've done is like when one of my kids was like just totally out of control, which happens very rarely, but one time one of my kids was totally out of control. It was my son, and I picked him up, I took him outside, and I threw him in the ocean. Now I threw him in the ocean in a muddy spot that was very shallow, so he was not going to drown or anything, but he was just like, what the this, and he didn't even say what the, it was just like his face, it was just like shocked him, you know. It was just like, it just like snapped him out of the mindset he was in and just like reset everything. It was just like, what just happened? But yeah, I don't think hitting works. And I also would not recommend throwing your kid into some mud, but you know, sometimes when a kid goes crazy, you got to do something to snap them out of it. You know, dump some water on their head, and hopefully that doesn't happen very often. You know. Also, just hooked up a 12-volt 700 amp hour system. I had 260 amp hours, but it wasn't enough to run everything. Cool. So this is like a solar system setup, Ken. That's pretty sweet. Carson says, depending on the amount of self-control of the spanker as well as the ability to communicate in the circumstance, I believe it should not be verboten. Yeah, I don't, and I understand other people have different views on the spanking, but man, I would not hit my kids. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I hit my kids for fun, like for play fighting or whatever, but like I would not hit my kids as a punishment. And like I was saying, like generally speaking, I don't generally like to punish my kids in any way. That doesn't mean I don't give them feedback and I don't let them do stupid things, but just the idea of a punishment. Let me turn a bit of light on here. Yeah, the idea of a punishment, it just doesn't. I don't think that's the best way to do things. I don't think that gets you the best results. Like, I think reasoning with children works, and reasoning with a child, and I've heard people say you can't reason with children. Reasoning with children can be difficult at the beginning, but the more you do it, the more effective it becomes. So it's like a long-term solution to problems. Whereas hitting a kid can get them to act right, like right away, but it's not a good long-term solution. Because the kid, they're going to lose respect for you. And you can't beat respect into someone. I know there are people who think you can. I don't know. In my opinion, you can. But yeah, I just think punishments in general are not the way to fix behaviors. I don't even, yeah. Yeah, I think reasoning with kids, for me, reasoning with kids is the better way to go. And sometimes, like, when a kid is young, you'll likely have to say something to them like 100 times before they actually get it. Or you might have to say things really loud to get their attention. Like you might have to be very forceful with them. Or even like if a kid is out of control, like doing something crazy where you may have to physically restrain them, but I never think of it as a punishment. It's more like, okay, look, I have to stop you from what you're doing because I can't let you do that. Or like, I can't let you act like an idiot or a maniac. You know, we have to be better than this, and then reason with them. But part of reasoning with them also involves making sure they cannot behave poorly. Like you have to stop bad behavior. But yeah, I don't agree with. I don't like the idea of punishments in general. Owning up to consequences is key. Exactly. Yeah. Like I always want my kids to face the natural consequences of whatever they're doing. I don't know. I can't think of anything right now, but can I please come over? Okay, weirdo. Carson says, in response to it not being able to happen virtually, I was jesting about your pining about lack of person-to-person in living color interactions. Oh, yeah. Interacting with people online is definitely not the same as in-person interactions. Totally, yeah. Wizard of the North said, whoa, there's many spam bots tonight. Mr. Landfill is doing a great job. Yeah, what is going on tonight, man? What's with all the spam? Is my channel is not like popular or something? There's only like 38 people here. Why so many spammers? I don't know. Scoter says, I want the model and serial number on that 100-year-old washer. What is it? What is it? Number 1 appliance repair tech here. Ken says, I wanted to make a video of me fixing the washing machine, but I don't have time to film and edit it, and it's unfortunate that there are literally only 2 videos of it, and it's all copper and metal. Yeah, it takes a lot of time to like make videos, doesn't it? Because you like when you're doing something, you got to stop and like change your focus and pay attention to this ridiculous camera, and then it's not like the videos just make themselves, you know. All right, Scoter says, just plop a smartphone down, Ken, and record it. Yeah, it's not that easy. Like you just plop a camera there and do your thing. You end up blocking the camera because you got to get over there to get in. Yeah. Savage washing machine, circa 1924. It is 100 years old. Nice. Scoter said, oh crap, that lines up. Hard to realize 100 years in my brain. This is off topic. Okay, Wizard of the North. But why did you call your airplane hangar the Banana Building? It's because it was shaped like this, right? It was shaped, like that. The same shape as bananas. It was like kind of like if you lined up a bunch of bananas. Oh, too bad I don't have a better answer for you, but that's it. Scoter says, dang, I'm getting old. Okay, Tim, what's up, Tim? When my son acted up, I gave him a good tickling. A good tickling. That can sometimes help. A good tickling often can snap a kid out of like a tantrum. Yeah. Tickling. Yeah, it's like, let's just change the subject here. Tickle, tickle, tickle. And then they forget what the hell they were doing. Wizard of the North says, I can. You could also live stream it. No editing required, and it uploads automatically. The live streams are easier to do, totally. Because like, you just put the camera, whatever it gets, and then you're done, and that's it. It's done. Yeah. I use idiot way too often, Scoter says. Scoter, I agree, Ken. You're at the door for something cool. Just send it, bud. You can stream right from your phone. Ken says, not the best signal. And I have a bunch of other projects too, but I feel like it would be better to just experience it when everything is done. Oh, Elevid says, hi, Jaimie. I'm not a spammer. Excellent. I'm so glad you're not a spammer. That is beautiful. Thank you for not being a spammer. You spelled my name wrong, though. I have 2 I's in my name, just like in my face. Wizard of the North says, that's exactly what a spammer would say. Oh, yeah. Scoter says, doubt is always what stops a new content creator before they start. Just want to encourage you to send it. I had all kinds of doubts when I started, recording things and putting it online. But I just did it anyway. Mr. Landfill says, LOL. Well, very intelligent of you, Mr. Landfill. I second what Scoter said, Wizard of the North, about Just make videos if you think you might want to do it. Mr. Landfill says most of the troublemakers have accounts less than a month old. Yeah, maybe I should start putting a filter here. Can I do that? Where it's like you have to have an account that's like more than a year or something? Giant metal bananas. LOL. Okay, yes, giant metal bananas. Exactly. Wendy says, hello, Wendy. How are you doing? Wendy says, someone just shot at USA ex-President Trump. Wait, they again? While he was on one of his golf courses, he was unhurt, but it might be stirring up the internet. The sanctity of golf has been broken. Someone's trying to shoot him again? Ah, this is ridiculous. You know, whether, regardless of how you feel about political people, I don't know, shooting them is not, oh, what a mess. Stop shooting people. Like, I kind of feel like if someone's shooting at him again, they're just trying to get famous or something. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know any of the situation. I eat spam for breakfast, Scoter says. Very good, very good. It's good to hear you talk about your video taking process. Yeah, the video, I do like the lowest effort video thing like possible, pretty much, which is like I'll have a camera and it has a tripod that's like pretty much permanently attached to it, and I just put it places, record, and I try to only record what I'm going to use, so I don't really waste time editing later. But I also can't really put that much effort into the video or into the videoing, into the camera, because I'm usually focused on whatever project I'm working on. So like the camera's always an afterthought. And then editing them, I generally just slap the clips together and that's it, maybe trim off little bits here and there. But yeah, I don't do a lot of editing either. But even then, it definitely takes a lot of attention away from what I'm doing. And, it takes time to edit things, especially when I go from sun up to sundown doing stuff usually. I'll stop to eat sometimes, but yeah, I'm pretty busy, But yeah, if there is anyone who wants to make a YouTube channel or make videos, just start doing it. That's what I do. I wouldn't worry about views or anything. Just start making the videos and kind of get used to being in front of the camera, because it's weird being in front of a camera. Even like right now, like I can see myself on this tablet and I'm talking to some weird machine with a camera, and yeah, it's kind of a weird experience, but you get used to it after a while. Let's see. Wait. Talk about, Ken says, I've never had spam before. Is it worth trying? Any particular way to make it? If I was going to recommend a first spam experience, here's what I do. I would take the block of spam, cut it into like slices. So you get maybe like 4, thick slices of ham. Fry them. You don't have to fry them a ton, just fry them a little. And then put that on bread with maybe some lettuce and some tomato and another bread, maybe some mayo or mustard. Oh, tasty sandwich right there. One time many years ago, my friend and I, this is a guy who's kind of crazy, he likes to build things. We used to get into these crazy projects, and we would just work ourselves to death working on projects together. Like 16-hour days, 20-hour days. We would just be like, we're just getting this done and this is all we're doing. Everything else doesn't matter. So sometimes we'd be working on something, and at the end of the day, we would be so hungry. We would just want to eat anything. And one day we were at his house, and we were going to go out to eat, but we were both like, oh, I'm too tired. I can't even stand up. I don't want, is there anything in the house? And we found like 4 cans of Spam and a couple tomatoes. So we made tomato sandwiches, which was just like a thick piece of Spam, a giant slice of tomato, and another slice of Spam. So the bread was just meat, and the middle was just tomatoes, and it was amazing. I mean, when you're hungry enough, anything is amazing. Oops, let me just smack my tablet around here. Let's see. Scoter says, nope, just go live, man. Put the title in and people will come and see you and chat at Ken. Yeah. Yeah, again. SS shut it down very fast. Oh, the Secret Service shut it down very fast. Not even close. Yeah, I bet those Secret Service guys, after Trump got shot in the ear, they probably got quite the stern talking to after that one. That was ridiculous. There was like a guy on a roof across the street in a very obvious place. Anyway, Mr. Landfill says, on another channel, I banned someone with an account 45 seconds old. Ah, very good, very good. You shouldn't even be allowed to comment if your channel is not like at least a week old, you know? I have like 13 subscriptions. Nobody would see it. Oh, subscribers. Nobody would see it if I go live. Yeah, but the thing is, like, if you go live, you'll record it and then it's on there so someone can see it after. So I don't know. And the thing is, if you start doing a regular live, you know, a couple people might notice here and there, and then it might become like a weekly thing they want to go to or whatever. But then you have to have something to do every week, I guess. Insano says, all the rich have underground shelters. They want war. Yeah. War. Biggest waste of value ever. Buenas noches, Jaimie et al. Espero. Okay. Let's get test my Spanish. Espero que tengan una noche increíble y una semana fantástica. Oh, yeah. Have a good night and a fantastic week. Great. I will do my best. Carson, thank you very much. Ken, you've got to start somewhere, shrug. Ken, do you want to make videos? If you do, totally just do it and put them up on your channel. And, you know, maybe some people from here will go check it out. Scoter says, sure they would. And it records vids which are searchable. Do you just make sure you put in all the words pertaining to your topic. Restoring ancient blah, 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 washer, etc. Right. Restoration videos are popular on YouTube. Sorry, autocorrect is butchering me. Yeah. I watch so many refurb vids. Do I need to make some refurb vids? Ken says, yeah, I would like to start up, but I don't like being on camera. And I like my privacy. I work for the government and I don't want inmates watching me and stuff. Okay, just do videos without your face, which I think is a great idea. Because, yeah, if you identify yourself in videos and stuff, like you definitely get harassed. Like I've gotten stalkers and just harassed or whatever. But, yeah, just make videos where you show the thing you're working on. You know, you see your hands and tools, and that's it. You don't have to show your face at all. In fact, I would not recommend showing your face. I would recommend not showing your face. Totally do it that way. Even make a fake voice if you want. Scoter says fry it. Yeah, fry the Spam. Spam, the original mystery meat. What is it? I think it could be chicken lips and pork sphincters. Sounds about right. Wizard of the North says, I was thinking of making videos for about 15 years. I'm 32 now. I finally started and it feels great. I don't get many views, but it just feels good to do it. I've been thinking about it for so long. Yeah, it's kind of nice sometimes to just like barf out some thoughts even in a video. Yeah, if you want to do it, totally just start doing it. It's one of those things where there's not really anything to lose. Unless, you know, you're going to get harassed by people. But yeah, don't show your face. You don't have to identify yourself at all. Ryan Wesley Routh, hello. What's going on, man? Yep, do your video. It won't be worse than mine. No, that's a good one. That's a good idea, yeah. Ethan, Jaimie, I think you have a good idea of what you're doing. Oh, well, the title for this was, I didn't know what I was going to talk about. I just kind of started the thing. Usually I have at least some kind of idea of what I'm going to talk about and makes up some kind of monologue that makes some sort of sense. But yeah, today, I don't know. I was just like, I don't know what I'm going to talk about today. I had a couple different ideas. I was like, well, I could tell a track and field story. Or what was the other thing? I don't remember what the other thing was. But yeah, nothing was really jumping out at me. Oh, I just saw an ant. And it looks like I might be at the end of comments. Oh, I'm at the end of comments, and I've got dinner waiting here. Oh, I've got pork that I just cooked in soy sauce and vinegar with a bunch of leaves from my garden, and I got a new bread. Oh, it's gonna be tasty something. Ethan says been following you for years now. Appreciate all the lessons and things you showed me. Oh, thanks, man. Totally makes it seem like it's worth doing then. That's excellent. Yeah, that's totally the point of the videos for me, is like, I want to do something that's in some way valuable to someone, teaches something useful to someone. That's great. Thank you for the excellent feedback. Mr. Landfill, be safe, everyone. Still waiting on that fart tank. Yeah, the fart tank. Yeah, I just have a whole list of things I need to finish. Anyway. Oh, are you still working on your running track? Yes. The running track is awesome. I need to make a video about it. It's not quite finished. I have a little bit more to do. I have to go, maybe I'll do this tomorrow, go out into the jungle and get another log or two to cut more strips to finish it. But it's pretty close to, well, not finished, because once all the wood is there, I'm still going to want to plane it, get it smooth and sand it and spackle it and then paint it. But it's almost, the wood's almost all there. Thanks for the stream, Jaimie. Inspirational as always. Kevin says thank you. All right. I hope everyone has an excellent evening or morning or whatever you got, wherever you are. And I am going to go eat some food because I am starving, man. All right. Catch you later, dudes. Here's a button. There's a button. There's a button. Okay.